boys and girls. So, this Battle of Kursk, I, I guess they couldn't make it any more confusing in a way. There's very little, um, kind of direction on what to do. It basically just says time for battle. Every day there will be available one north direction missions and one south direction missions. You need to complete any missions. North direction missions can be completed in any vehicle starting from tier 4 and higher. South direct missions can be completed in historical vehicles that took part in the Battle of Kursk. Complete 30 missions and receive the unique premium T-34S tank that was created for this event. The reward tank comes together with a unique style. Complete all missions of the event and receive an additional style commemoration of the Battle of Kursk, which can be applied to any vehicle. Sorry if I sound blah, guys. I'm just really tired. I've been up since like 1 o'clock this morning. Had one tire blow out, and the tire in front of it was bad because the driver that had it before me, I think they backed. They didn't curb it. Literally, there was chunks of the tire about that long missing and about that wide going up and down the sidewall of the truck. And I think the back tire got heated up enough after about an hour and a half, and that thing blew. So I ended up wasting 3 hours of time this morning, so just pooped out. But I wanted to go over this with you and just kind of try and help you figure it out, because before I even read this, I was like, what do you click? Where do you go? And so basically, you just, it gives you a list, affirmative, like if you want to do, is it the historical reference? Oh, that just goes over that. Kind of tells you about the Battle of Kursk. If you click all rewards, it'll show you what rewards you get. So like once you get 5 points, you get this Hero of the Battle of Kursk, 1 day of premium, and get some pretty good stuff. And if you get 50, you get the additional. I like that because it has a plus 4% bonus to the concealment. So you can put that on like a light tank. Wow. Or a medium tank. That's really going to boost up your, because normally like on heavy tanks I think it's 2, and so in tank destroyers I think it's 3 or 4. Light tanks is 3 or 4. Artie is 3 or 4. I'm not even really sure. You get 40, you get 7 days premium. 30 days you get that, or 30 days, 30 points you get that T-34 shielded, special camo garage slot. I mean, you get some pretty good stuff. I wish they were doing bonds, but I guess you can't have your cake and eat it too all the time. What I'm looking for to show you guys is to give you an idea. Like on the southern missions, it tells you if you play certain tanks. I just clicked on that, didn't I? Yeah, that tells you it starts the 5th and goes all the way to the 23rd of August. So it does go for quite a length of time. So to get the tank, not really going to be too tough. But what I'm trying to find is, oh, I clicked on something and it actually showed me what tanks that you play to get the southern direction. Oh, I hover over this, duh. So historical vehicles. The list of vehicles that are allowed to complete the missions of the south direction. Russian tanks T-60, T-70, M3 Light, KV-1S, Churchill 3, T-34, T-34S, Su-85, Su-152. For Germany, you can use the Tiger 1, PZK, PFW-4, Osif H, Panther, Ferdinand, Nashorn, Martyr 38T, Stug 3, Osif B, Stug 3, and, Osif G, and Hummel and Grill. So just if you play a German tank doesn't mean you're going to have all German tanks on your side, and same with Russia. It mixes them in. And when it says historical, it doesn't mean if you play the Germany, like I did, I played the Tiger 1, doesn't mean they're going to pop off that 88 and throw on a little pew-pew gun. That was the actual gun in the battle, or limit you to, certain kind of rounds or so many rounds. They did that once a while back, and it wasn't very popular. I think because people really didn't like playing basically stock tanks. It's pretty much what it was. But yeah, so I played a mission, and I'm like, well, what do you click? I was looking for, do I click somewhere on here? Nothing, nothing, nothing. Basically, you go to your garage, you pick the tank that you want, and I picked the Tiger one. You come back to this screen here, and then you just click battle, and bing, it takes you into a battle that's not any special map. This is actually the results I had. It was on Mountain Pass. It says standard battle, but as you can see, it gave me credit for the south direction because you had to be in the top, be among top 10 players on your team by experience earned 3 times, can be completed any historical in any historical vehicle. Jesus, can't talk. I'm freaking tired. In the northern direction, basically you can play any tank. If you happen to pick a Tiger one, you're going to be put on the southern direction, but you can only play those certain tanks. In the northern direction, you can play all the way up to tier 10 tanks. So you can play a Moss, Yagaru, whatever tank you want, any tier 10. And then on those, you got to be among top 10 players on your team by experience earned 5 times. So basically, you can do up to 8 missions a day, 5 for the northern, 3 for the southern. And I'm guessing that each mission you do, you get a point. Like I've got 1 point now, and then so you can get up to 8 points a day by the looks of it. So you can probably have that T-34 pretty quick. I mean, if you do good. And this is the way I like when they do these missions like this. It's not team-based. It's not you're counting on, 14 other Muppets that are licking their windows and Kermit the Frog's behind the wheel. It's based on you and you alone. Even if you don't win that battle, as long as you're in the top 10 for experience earned, you're going to get credit towards those missions. Makes it a lot nicer. Like right now, I'm doing these missions for the Object 260, and I have to count on 14 other people to know which end of a gun to point at the enemy and pull the trigger. And it's like, I wish Wargaming did not do. I wish they'd take those missions out and redo them, lower the amount of damage, and make it where you got to do it yourself. Because counting on 14 other people to do your mission is a bunch of crap, if you ask me. I don't think it's fair because literally, like the artillery missions, it took me eons to do the mission where I had to splash 3 vehicles at the same time, and my team had to damage them doing so much in total damage. I would get my part of it done every single time. Boom, 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 boom. But, I mean, I would do 5,000 damage and have maybe 400 damage for my team hitting the tanks that I was stunning. And I'm like, I'm never going to get this mission done. And I just think it's not fair to the player that they need to count on 14 other people that just happen to be in that match with whatever stats that now you got to count on them to help finish your mission. I think it's just a bunch of crap, to be honest with you. But, yeah, so I believe this was a top tier, was a tier 8 in this match, which just because you play like the Tiger 1 to get that southern mission doesn't mean that the top tank, I think, is a tier 7, actually. Tiger 1. Yeah, so, no, no, SU-152, that's a tier 7. So, it looks like tier 7 is the top tier that you can use out of this selection. But it doesn't mean you're only going to see tier 7 and lower tanks. No, 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 no. You'll see tier 8s. If you're in a tier 7, you're going to see 8s and 9s. So, it's not that easy. It's not that easy to just play a Tiger tank and be like, whoo, I'm going to go kick some ass now, because you're going to still see up to tier 9s in those matches. But anyway, so we got a Mastery Badge Class 2 and a Fire for Effect. Base experience was 5,790. The T26 C5P, they did buff the gun on the Tiger one a while back, but then, power creep on the T26 C5. I couldn't pen him to save my life with standard rounds, and I tried. I think I shot him 3 times, and after I bounced, that's my rule of thumb. If I bounce on somebody 3 times, I'm switching to gold, because obviously I'm not going to pen him, or I'm not going to sit there and put 25 rounds into him and bounce 23. No, no, sir, that's just not. I will switch to premium rounds and go through them. And that's what I ended up doing. I only penned him 1 time, and then he ended up getting killed. But I did pen him one time for 259 and knocked out his track, and he got hit for 156 upon me spotting. Just interested. I want to see what he bounced because, yeah, 1,350. Almost all that I think was probably for me. I kid you not. I hit him like maybe three, four times and bounced every flipping round. Tiger went on the enemy team, and then after the T-26E5 got taken out, I had switched to premium rounds to shoot at him, and then the Tiger wanted to start shooting at him. I'm like, oh crap, I forgot to switch back to standard, so I switched it, like on the last two rounds I hit him with. I only shot him like maybe twice with premium rounds, I think. But we hit him three times for 677, and he got hit for 158 upon me spotting. The SU-152 got a shot. I was very surprised to hit him across the map there at the beginning for a nice low roll of 215. The gun on this, it does fire fast, but I hate the average damage per minute. Or, I mean, average damage per shot. I think it's 240. Actually, let's look. I don't know if I've ever actually even done of the Tiger one. So I'm interested just to look. Yeah, 240. That's what I thought. Standard pen is 203, premium's 237. The armor on this blows. It's boxy as hell. If you bounce around on that, it's because you are like super duper pooper scooper angled, and got very lucky, and you prayed to the RNG gods, and it worked out for you. 98% of the time, if somebody shoots you in this, it's gonna frickin' go right through you. And the funny thing is, if you look at the armor on this, it's 180, 80, 180, 80, all the way around. 100 in the front, turret and hull, and then 80 rest of the way around turret and hull. You can go to the Tiger 131 or the heavy tank number 6, which are a tier 6. Yes, tier 6. They get the same identical armor. Obviously less hit points. You get like 1,500 hit points with this, I think. Yeah, 1,500 hit points. So you get a substantial amount more hit points with this, but believe me, you need them, because almost literally everything will pen you. It cracks me if you go watching like Fury or any of those World War II tank movies, back when the Tiger one was the behemoth, and these guys are down in the trenches pissing themselves because, here comes this Tiger one. You can just see the guy shaking because, I mean, it's 3 blocks away, and it's so heavy and so big, and just the size of it, and it just scared the shit out of the soldiers, and I don't freaking blame them. And it would just be going over buildings and through walls, and then you get in the game and you thinking, oh, I got this Tiger one, woo, I'm gonna kick some ass, and then you get two shots and you're dead. It's like, what happened to this thing being a scary behemoth tank with great armor? I mean, seriously, if you're top tier, yeah, there's still out tier 7. T-29 will rip this thing a new butthole. KV-30 will rip it a new butthole. And KV-30 has, KV-30? KV-3. I don't know where I came up with KV-30. It's a new tank I'm adding to the game. Shh, don't tell anyone. But it's got 175 standard pen, and it'll go right through the front of this, unless it's like super angled, like I said. I mean, it would have to be angled like this, and I would have to be dumb enough not to shoot through the track or through the side, and maybe just the front was peeking out. That angle there would bounce a 175 round, but 175 millimeter straight on will go right through this pretty much anywhere. Yeah, this thing is just not scary like it is in the movies at all whatsoever. They almost make it out to like a joke. I wish they would buff the armor immensely on this and make it like it is in the movie. Because, I mean, you see a lot of people that are, Jingles. He's like a World War II, World War whatever, historian. He knows his crap. And, you ask him, so when you got to the Tiger 1, what did you think? I've seen a video, and he was like, well, yeah, I thought I was going to have this behemoth thing, and I had the same thought. I thought when I was going to get the Tiger 1, I was going to be this unstoppable force of steel that nothing could pen, and I was just going to blow him to nothing. I took that thing out, and I think I got hit 3, maybe 4 times, and I was dead. I was bottom tier, and every round penned me. I was like so disappointed. I mean, so disappointed. But, yeah, so finish this off real quick, then I'm jabbering on. Yeah, so at SG-152 at the beginning of the match there, across the way and hit him. KV-2, we hit him 2 times for 432, and damage upon me spotting him was 9. Talk about a heavy hitter. Cromwell, we hit him 1 time for 270. Now that's a nice roll. And knocked out his track, bounced one of his rounds. Yeah, Cromwell. But also Cromwell has suck-ass penetration, and I was angled like crazy. And he also got hit for 232 upon a spotting. So I did, let's see, second most damage at 1853, and got a base experience of 772. Had 14 hits, 12 pen, 14 shots, 12 hits, 8 pen. Yeah, so you can see, I think for all 4 rounds, I believe we're into that T26E, what is it, E6, E5P, the tier 8 there. So yeah, he bounced, I think that's all he shot, so yeah, he bounced at least 4 of my rounds there. So 1,853 damage from a distance of more than 300 meters was 215, and that was at that tank, the tank destroyer at SU-152. I got hit 4 times, 3 penetrated, and 1 bounce for a 135. Like I said, the armor on this thing just blows. We damaged 5 and destroyed 0. Damage with our assistance was 555, and I lost 12,605 credits because I used a repair kit, and also because I did sling some gold rounds there. Not a very good credit maker, I'll tell you that right now. Yeah, just real quick, we'll go over this thing. Because I'm pretty sure I've never done a review of it, but I will make it real quick, guys. So rate of fire is 10.6 rounds a minute. So the reload is really good at 5.65. Turret traverse is slow at 19.2. Haul traverse is slow at 27.73. So you got to really watch you don't get circle strafed in this thing. -7 gun depression plus 13. So you can work ridge lines, but you got to be real careful, man. I mean, you do have to really show a lot of the front of this thing when you, because it doesn't. 7 is pretty good, but you know, 10 is obviously optimal. 8's a lot better, but 7, you can work it, but you do have to present a lot of your hull, and so you do that, you're probably going to get penned pretty much every single time. Aim time is 2.3 seconds, which that's all right. I went with the gun rammer, gun lane drive, and vents on this. Dispersion is 0.32, so not too bad on the aim, aiming reticle there. 0.32 is pretty accurate, especially for a heavy tank. Average damage per minute is 2547. You get 1,500 hit points, and you get 100 armor in the front, both on the hull and the turret, and it's flatter and flat. On the side, you get 80 and 80 on the turret and the hull, and in the rear, 80 and 80 on the turret and hull. So armor-wise, it really sucks because everything is so flat. It's easy cheesy to pen. Mobility is it's a 58.31 ton tank, or at least that's what mine is. So if you have a light tank or a medium tank in front of you, ram into them, you'll do a lot of damage to them, and they're not going to do much damage to you. You get a 700 horsepower engine, so the specific power to weight is 12, right on the button, which for a heavy tank, that is not too shabby. Top speed and forward is 40 and reverse is 12. I wish the reverse speed was a lot better. You get in a heavy, you get pushed forward a little bit too far, you get your nose stuck out there, you'll be melted before you know it. Concealment is non-existent at 10.65. Set and still in 6.36 on the move. So don't plan on being hid very well. I've got basic 100% crew in this on their 84% on their first crew skill, and the view range is actually really good at 408. Well, I mean, it's pretty good, and signal range is 757. So if you want to hold on for a minute, I will be right back with some gameplay for you. And I did this one first because I wanted to show you and explain kind of, because it's really confusing. In order to get to those missions, you got to click on this little thing. At least that's how I got to it, was clicking on this little Battle of Kursk icon. And I have my tank obviously highlighted, so the Tiger 1. And then it loads content, gets you in there, and then basically you just click battle, takes you into the battle for Kursk or whatever. So that's how you get into it. If you want to switch, obviously you can, like I said, hover over this little thing, see a tank you want to play, go to your garage, pick the other tank you want, and then go back in the Battle of Kursk. Well, it takes a little bit to load that too. And just click battle. I'm not sure if the 3001, I don't think that was one of the tanks you can play. And it wasn't. That's a good tank. I wish that was one of the tanks you go missions with. Very interesting. Where's my gun mark? This is the 301.0P, right? Oh, no, it's Tiger P. Man, I'm really pooped. I need to go to bed here in a little bit. Okay, let's see. I just wanted to look at something real quick. There it is. I was gonna say, I've got this thing 3 marked. Where's my stripes? When I looked at it, I'm like, because it looks a lot like the Tiger P. I'm like, where the hell's my stripes? This tank's an awesome tank. If you want to get your WN8 up, run this thing. My son Austin, Bringer of Death, is playing his quite a bit. It'll help your stats. Easy to get good stats in it. He's almost got his 3 mark too, I think. But yeah, good tank. But yeah, so hold on a minute, and I'll be right back with some gameplay in the Battle of Kursk for you. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, so here we are in the Tiger one on Mountain Pass. And I thought originally when they were talking about doing this special mission, the Battle for Kursk, I thought they were going to have like a special map for it. I don't see why they couldn't have done that, but who am I but just a player and payer just like you and everybody else to play the game. It would have been nice if they did have a special map like they did for Frontline. I mean, they had one big map. It would have been nice if they would have set it up like historically where the battle took place, kind of like set it up with the land features and stuff and buildings. And it has been kind of cool. A little added touch to make it more like realistic. I mean, Mountain Pass, it just seems to me like I was in just a regular standard battle. You know, nothing special, just a regular old battle. And you know, if they would have done a map up specifically for the Battle for Kursk missions, it would have been a lot nicer. I mean, they could have done one map, and that way, you know, you could kind of learn the layout a little bit. And the only thing that does suck is by the time you learn the layout, sometimes of these missions and stuff, they're only running for a week, and you find the best spot, the best haul down area, and next thing you know, it's over with. It's kind of a bummer. But I'm just trying to see if I can get any shots off at anything over here. And I see the SU-152 decided he wanted to die. So he just gets pretty well melted. I don't know what he was thinking. That'd be the last place, you know, I'd take a SU-152. He should have went down Ice Road with these guys, and he would have, you know, that would have been a little bit more scary to have that gun facing down at you at the bottom of that hill over here. So yeah, I don't know what he was thinking trying to come up, you know, straight up in this area. Unless he was trying to go back up to 25-2. I don't know. But anyway, so the IS-2 is over here. There's the IKV-65-2, which that thing has a very good gun. Like a very, very good gun. And decent damage per shot. And it's just a real good tank destroyer. It gets kind of crappy hit points at 580. But as long as you don't get spotted, you can usually stick around for quite a while and just put a hurting on people. But you can see, so there's myself, the IS-2, who just really has a death wish, because we can see he's going. I'm like, oh my god, we're going to end up, I almost shot that 65 there on accident. So there, you can see that Cromwell, if you see the angle. I don't know where he hit me. Let's see if we can find it. I would say probably that spot right there, even though, oh, that's right, it's I changed the color of my hits, the hit mod. Shows where you get hit. The one I usually had wasn't there, so I had to select a different one. I thought this looked pretty cool. Like heat rounds, I believe, are red, and HE rounds are like a big yellow splotch. And just regular AP rounds are these right here. I might go back and change it, because I think that's going to be kind of hard to find when somebody hits you with a AP round. It just doesn't really stick out. But anyway, so yeah, our IS-2, he really kind of pushed a little bit further than he probably should have, and the IKV probably would have been better off, if anything, probably moving back here in this bush, or just moving into a bush, but he pushed forward, and it's only got 500 some hit points, and the armor on it really blows. It's all flat. Well, not all flat. I mean, it comes up kind of like a car hood, and then it goes straight up, kind of like the way up there. It's kind of like this. Comes up like this off the front of it, and then it goes flat like that. So, but yeah, so they've got a couple heavies, a couple mediums over there, and just trying to do what I can to get shots out and kind of get them in back up real quick. So I see that T-26C5P kind of moving over here to work on our IS-2, which he's working them over pretty good. And our tank destroyer is now down to 71 hit points. So I thought, alright, let's just get in here and see it. I mean, at that angle, yeah, a little bit over angled probably. Probably should have been facing more like this. So yeah, that's probably why he penned me so easy. Sit right in the side there. So that's an AP round right there. It's green. I wonder why the other one was silver. Oh, it was APCR, that's why. APCR is green, AP is silver. Heat is purple, I think, and HE is yellow, like a big splotch. So, and I shouldn't have come up on the hill like this. I should have came around this way and stayed low. But, no, I was just trying to get greedy and get some damage in there. So, yeah, he hits me for 234. And that thing, it's got nice, fast, round APCR. And I hit him again and bounce. And now I'm starting to load premium rounds. And he backs up, and then I see the KV-2. And I forgot I had the switched over to APCR. But it's no big deal. I get a shot into him. And so our IS-2 is about dead. The IKV that was over there is dead. And I'm over here by myself. You know, I kind of messed up there. I forgot I was kind of backing up there, and I went to shoot and pull forward, and I shot and backed up. But I didn't want to push up there and just get butt raped, because there's like 3 tanks up there. I get a shot into the T-26C5, and I knock his track off. I keep trying to knock his track off so I can get shots in there real quick. And of course he pens through me no problem. And that time I was angled at a 45. And I'm just interested to see where he went through me, guys. Of course I can't see where he went through me. Why would it show me? Huh. Well, that's a bummer. I was hoping to see where he hit me. Oh, jeez. I just found where he hit me. And the gun. That counts as a hit? I mean, it didn't knock my gun out, and he literally hit exactly. I mean, look at the green splotch on the gun. Too far. I mean, that counts as a hit? Since when did they put hitboxes in guns? That's interesting. But the funnier thing is it hit me right on the gun, counted as a hit, counted as damage, but did not knock my gun out. That's really weird. I need to look into that and find out what happened to the gun, what they changed on it. If they did make it hitbox on the gun everywhere, because it used to be if you hit the gun, nothing. You could point your gun right at another gun, touching it and shooting it, do nothing. So yeah, they must have made that a hitbox now, because that definitely is where he hit me. But we're tearing these guys up pretty good. The T-26C5 hits me and pens me again, no problem. Because the Tiger one has oh so such great armor. Yeah, that time he went right through the turret. I mean, that's probably the strongest part of your turret right there. Spaced armor, and I bounced the Cromwell, but the Cromwell has kind of crappy standard pen. That's, you know, considered spaced armor, obviously, and that's going to be your thickest, best part. Went right through me. That's what I'm saying about this tank. You know, in the movies they make it look like this just gargantuan, scary beast. And I saw that they had 2 tanks over here, and I was starting to worry a little bit, because I could take about 3 shots And then it must have been arty. Yeah, artillery takes the E5P out there, which kind of was a bummer because I could have got a shot in of damage. But hey, at least he's gone. Don't have to deal with him, and I'll just push in on the Tiger 1. Got a better chance. And you can see I forgot to switch back off standard rounds. I think I realized it. Yeah, I just realized it and switched to standard rounds. That was a really good quality shot on my part. Oh, he knew he was pretty well pickled. So the T-44 comes around and takes my kill. I don't care. We won. That's all that counts. But yeah, so this was a Battle for Kursk mission. This was the southern mission because I picked out of the list that you can pick certain tanks, and I picked the Tiger 1. Out of the bunch, I think this is probably, I wish they had the Tiger 2 in it too, but obviously that was not in the Battle of Kursk. But out of the bunch of tanks that you can pick, I'm thinking that this is probably your best bet for doing that mission. Well, out of the tanks you can pick. I wish what it was is if you picked one of those tanks, you only saw those other tanks, but then everybody be picking Tiger 1s because this would be a beast compared to all the other ones you could pick from. But anyways, yeah, that was the Battle of Kursk. I hope it kind of helped you guys figure out how to get into the battles and what to do and stuff, because it was a little confusing. Once again, Wargaming leaves such detailed instructions how to get into battles and stuff. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and I helped you out. If you did, please click the like button down below and subscribe to the channel. You guys take it easy, be safe, and I will see you on the battlefield.